Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Coldesina, and I'm the manager of travel industry accounts with Sports Travel and Tours. Thank you for taking a little time out of your evening to join us this evening. A couple of housekeeping items before we get underway. First, whether you've called in for the audio or you're using the audio from your desktop or laptop computer, if there's a microphone, we've automatically disabled it so you don't have to worry about inadvertently disturbing the presentation. Second, we will be answering questions, and the way you can go about asking your question, when you logged into the presentation, there should have been a GoToWebinar toolbar that popped up. There should be a question tab or a question feature. You type in your question at any point in time during the presentation, and I'll be answering all the questions at the end. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If this is the first webinar that you've ever been on with Sports Travel and Tours, I'll give you just a very quick overview of who we are and what we do. We've been doing sports travel packages now for over 20 years. We're actually in our 21st year of operation, offering fan travel packages to games and events all over North America and to some select international events as well. We're best known for our baseball road trips, pro and college football gridiron getaways, Hall of Fame travel packages for both the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, as well as the many classic events that we offer, such as the Kentucky Derby, Masters, U.S. Open, Tournament of Roses Parade. As you can imagine, though, with a name like Sports Travel and Tours, our products are centered around sporting events. We do have hundreds, if not thousands, of customers to repeat with us each year. They travel with us each year, maybe every other year, and they do this year after year because of the quality and expertise that we put into each of our trips and tours. We have a tremendous amount of experience when it comes to sports travel because that's what we've been doing now for over 20 years. Over the last few years, though, we've been able to expand the type of sports travel experiences that we've been offering because of an organization of travel tour operators that are of the same caliber as Sports Travel and Tours. Travel Alliance Partners, better known as TAP, its acronym, is a by-invitation only organization of premier tour operators located throughout the United States and Canada. We work together to develop and promote tour packages with the highest quality, the best value, and the biggest variety. You will not find on any other travel site such a large collection of unique travel opportunities from such a wide variety of operators. People have always yearned to travel, whether it was a chance to experience the excitement of a big city like New York or Chicago or Los Angeles, or take the back roads of America's heartland, or explore the prairies of Alberta or Saskatchewan. Some even dreamed of traveling to distant lands around the world. Well, now you've got that opportunity, and you don't have to go away from a company like Sports Travel and Tours that has served you so well over the last 20 plus years. I've taken about 11 trips, kind of handpicked them to do a nice sampling of the different products that's offered. It certainly is a much wider portfolio of trips and tours that we can offer you through Travel Alliance Partners. But let's go ahead and start in the United States. We're going to start with our Yellowstone in Winter by Snow Coach. The solitude of Yellowstone in winter is compelling and inspiring, and it defies words. Pillars of steam drift across the snow-crusted earth, creating a scene of fantasy and imagination. You can see, live, and experience the winter wonderland for yourself. 6 days, 5 nights in Yellowstone. Some of the highlights are the National Elk Refuge, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and there's even an optional snowmobile trip to Granite Hot Springs. While in Yellowstone, we'll be sure to see Firehole Falls, Old Faithful, and the Fountain Paint Pots. This trip starts and ends in Salt Lake City, so if you want to, you can always get in a little skiing, but either before or after your trip. There's a total of 5 breakfasts and 4 dinners that are included in this tour. Next, we're going to move to Alaska. Alaska is the land of mystery, and it's spectacular during any season, but the summer season runs from mid-May to mid-September, and the scenery changes with each month. One of the highlights of this tour is the Glacier and Wildlife Cruise through the majestic Prince William Sound. On the way to the mighty Columbia Glacier, we're going to look out for seals, sea lions, otters, whales, puffins, and then you're also going to enjoy, among other things, an Alaska Native Heritage Center and an Alaskan salmon bake, which is among one of the 14 different meals that are included on this tour. Now we're going to move into the Colorado Rockies, spend 7 days exploring the best national parks and the Southwest and immerse yourself in Native American culture. And this also includes, I should say, not just Colorado, but Colorado and Utah, and also other parts of the great Southwest, including parts of Nevada. Spend your time looking at the ever-changing landscapes of canyon country. It's beauty that you'll witness once in a lifetime, if not hopefully more. Each stop will leave you in awe of its unique beauty, and this is a beauty that only forces of nature can accomplish over centuries of time. This particular park visits 5 different national parks. It starts and ends in Las Vegas, and 11 different meals are included. Now, moving on to our Colorado train adventure. Experience a Colorado Rocky Mountain high as you travel aboard historic railroads through rugged mountains draped in fall colors. Be transported back to a Wild West era where mining towns thrived and panning for gold was a way of life. 4 different scenic railroad adventures. Some rank as some of the most scenic in the country, if not the world. There's a total of 15 different meals that are included in this trip that starts and ends in Denver. Now moving north to Glacier National Park for nature's masterpiece. You can experience nature on a grand scale as you spend 7 days exploring northern Idaho and Montana with a focus on Glacier National Park. Visit Glacier's pristine forests, alpine meadows, rugged mountains, and spectacular lakes. Step back in time through historic towns, lodges, transportation, and stories of people who made this rugged country their home. Discover what awaits you in Glacier National Park. This particular trip has 11 different meals that are included, and it starts and ends in Spokane, Washington. Now heading south of the border to Mexico. Often billed as one of the most beautiful train rides in the world, the historic Copper Canyon train goes through the largest canyon in North America. It's a destination unlike any other. For those who love the unusual and seek adventure, the Copper Canyon is the answer. At an altitude of 8,000 feet, the mountain peaks are snow-capped in the winter, while the canyon bottom remains a tropical climate. The Copper Canyon is home to the least acculturated Native Americans in North America, the Tarahumara Indians, who are a semi-nomadic cliff-dwelling people. The train ride to the sky provides the only access to this wilderness and is probably the most dramatic railway journey in the Western Hemisphere, as it travels through 86 different tunnels and over 37 trestles. This trip starts and ends in Phoenix. Most meals are included, including all meals that are in Mexico. Now we will move north of the border into Canada. We have our Canada Maritimes Enchanting Islands tour. This is a 8-day, 7-night trip exploring Canada's maritime islands. Pass through fields of green, dine on succulent seafood, and travel the world-famous Cabot Trail on this tour of Prince Edward Island and the Cape Breton Island. Also, spend time in the Oak Island area to learn why treasure hunters have ventured to Nova Scotia for hundreds of years. And also get ready for a truly memorable island adventure in the Atlantic Maritimes. This trip has 12 different meals that are included, and it starts and ends in Halifax. Now moving into our Newfoundland Explorer, come to the place where the New World begins. Once called the edge of the earth, Newfoundland delivers a unique vacation experience. Get up close and personal with humpback whales, visit a handful of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and get a taste of traditional screech and explore a rich culture and history. The optional screech-in ceremony is where Newfoundlanders welcome non-Newfoundlanders by giving them a shot of screech and a short recitation, and then giving them the opportunity to kiss a codfish. It sounds like a real experience. It's certainly up high on my list. 14 different meals are included, and this trip starts in Corner Brook, Newfoundland, and ends in St. John's. Now moving on to Europe, our World War II Memorial Tour revisits the dramatic history of World War II as we bring you to famous battle sites, war museums, cemeteries, and memorials. Many scenic and cultural highlights are also included, providing an enjoyable combination of learning and leisure. Sites such as General Eisenhower's headquarters, and we visit to the Ardennes region where the Battle of the Bulge took place. 24 different meals are included in this tour, which starts and ends in Frankfurt, Germany. This year marks the 56th anniversary of the Heart of Europe Circle Tour. The itinerary offers 7 countries, historic sites, spectacular scenery, wonderful local flavor. This is the ideal choice for first-time travelers to Europe or anyone desiring a taste of the old world at a great value. Other highlights of this trip are cruises on the Rhine in Germany, the Seine in France, and through the canals of Amsterdam. A total of 22 meals are included in this tour. Lastly, we're moving into Africa. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Visit Africa's best game reserves, see hundreds of animals and wildlife species, and enjoy the best accommodation, meals, friendly guides, and game drives in the morning and late afternoon with middays to relax. The Amboseli National Park is in southern Kenya. It's known for its large elephant herds and views of immense Mount Kilimanjaro across the border in Tanzania. The Masai Mara Game Reserve is situated in southwest Kenya and is one of the greatest wildlife reserves. Together with the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, it forms Africa's most diverse, incredible, and most spectacular ecosystems, and possibly the world's best top safari big game viewing ecosystem. On the floor of the Great Rift Valley, surrounded by wooded and bushy grasslands, lies the beautiful Lake Nakuru National Park. There you can enjoy the wide ecological diversity of varied habitats that range from the lake itself to the surrounding escarpment and picturesque ridges. Lake Nakuru National Park is ideal for bird watching, especially flamingos. All meals are, the majority of meals are included in this package, and we have departures at the end of 2017 and in early spring of 2018 as well. So this is just a sampling of some of the many different trips that are all across the world that you can do through Travel Alliance partners. There's also custom trips that can be done. So if you don't want to be held to a particular schedule with a group of people, there are certainly opportunities for custom trips all over the world. I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening. We do have a few questions that have come up, so I'm going to go into the question module and read some of the questions and answer them. Please take note of my contact information. If you'd rather contact me offline, please feel free to do so. I would love to answer any questions that you might have. So the first question is, how far in advance can some of these tours be booked? So in many cases, a year in advance to 14 or 15 months in advance, there are trips that are guaranteed departures. They're guaranteed to go. You don't have to worry about canceling because not enough people are on the tour. But also even tours that are close in. Right now you can still find space on tours in April and May in select parts of the world. Okay, let's see. Next question. How do we find out more information? So you can obviously call me. You can call anyone at Sports Travel and Tours, and they'll be able to get that additional information that you need. We do have a nice 2017-18 catalog that we can send out to you that has a wealth of information about products all over the North America and all over the world. All right, let me scroll down. One more question here. Question is, can you do additional nights on any of these packages? And the answer to that is yes in most cases. They would have to be at the front end of the trip or the back end. On a hosted tour, it's kind of difficult to do additional nights in the middle, but that's where the custom trip option comes in. So if you want to do Europe, but maybe you don't want to follow a tour and be held to a specific itinerary every day, then a custom trip may be what you're looking for. Well, I don't see any additional questions at this time, but you've got my contact information. I'd love to hear from you, and I do thank you again for taking time out of your evening to join me. Have a wonderful evening.